Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try to generate some designs for our Bubble app using AI, using Cursor and Claude specifically. But the idea here is to generate some code that we're going to then host in our Bubble app, either in a plugin or in a page element. But the idea is to use AI to actually generate the design rather than the page. So Bubble has this new feature, relatively new, add a new page with AI. You pick the kind of page you want and describe it, and it'll do a pretty good job of putting different components together to give you like a scaffold. But what I'm looking for is something more dynamic with some animations and things. We've recently relaunched our main website here, the Launchable AI website. And a lot of these designs, these animations, we've just created through prompting different AI models. So we did this mostly using Replit and the models that it exposes. But you can see there's nice like particle animations and there's gradient flows and those kind of things. And they're nice visual niceties, right? And so what I want to look at is if we can use these tools to generate some of these designs really quickly, get the benefits of this rapid AI code generation, then also get sort of that nice design sense in our Bubble app. So basically what I'm going to try to do at first is generate a single standalone HTML file that we can import into, say, this header or this hero. And animate it. We'll stick with this sort of space theme. We're redesigning the Launchable Academy. So this is where we're going to be hosting our learning content. This is the old launchable.ai website. You can see the design is not great. And so we're redoing this, repurposing this site basically for the Launchable Academy. And I would like especially the landing page to be really nice and dynamic. So what I'm going to do on the right is to start generating some code, which we will then bring into some elements on the left. And then on the left, I'm going to walk through, just as the code is generating, I'm going to walk through just some basic Bubble building stuff. If you're new to Bubble, this might be helpful to see kind of the interaction and the two different things. So I'm going to get into that, and hopefully this is helpful if you're also exploring this kind of integration of AI generated code with Bubble. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is give a description of what it is we want. So let's say, okay, so just a pretty brief description here, generate code for a Bubble website hero section. We want dynamic particle animations, the space theme. It's for a learning website, blah, 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 make it modern, and you can use libraries if we can use it in a single HTML element. So we'll submit this, and it'll start generating here, and we'll sort of see where we can get from this. So it generates 3 different files, the script, styles, and index file, and we don't actually want that. So it didn't seem to pick up on the Bubble components, so we'll try to correct that. We just tell it to put everything in line in a single file. Okay, so we got some code, we can copy it over, and let's see what happens. Just put an empty group here under the subheading, and inside we'll put an HTML element, paste our code, and then we'll see what happens. So in the first run, we don't see anything, although we can see the preview here, which is nice. Maybe if we make this not fixed width oh, now we start to see some nice animation. So that's a good start, if you can see this. We get these nice sort of connected light lines here, similar to what we have over here, actually. Same kind of animation style here. Why don't we see it on page load? So let's try prompting saying this is working in preview, but not on page load. See if there's a reason for this. Okay, so it looks like it's turning the particle initialization into a function. This is all sort of loading behavior that it's modified. So let's try this one now. And there we go. Now we're starting to see these particles. Oh, and there's a nice secondary feature, which is as we move the mouse around, the lines connect. That's very cool. Not sure why the text isn't rendering inside the page. If we display it as an iframe, it renders fine, but we don't really want to do that. Okay, and so that fixes it. I just prompted the model saying it displays fine as an iframe, but not if not, and we don't want to run it as an iframe. So it added a wrapper, I think, around it. That's what it says here. So that's a good start. I'll keep iterating on this, I think, for the design, but I wanted to share this idea. I think it actually works pretty well. I wasn't sure if it would, but if you're not a design wizard, I'm certainly not, and you want to take advantage of some of these cool animations that you see around the web, this is a good option. Open up ChatGPT or Cursor or Replit or something and generate some HTML and stick it in an HTML element. And just like that, you can get some cool animations. So I hope this inspires you to generate some cool designs in your own Bubble apps. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks.